Hello there, guys. This is White Mage Serenia coming to you with a kind of important message. Here recently, there's been a bit of a misunderstanding between a friend of mine, and then a YouTube friend of mine, which is William Kendrick. Before I begin, though, I would like to say that I would be the first to tell you that I understand how bad days can be and how that sheer frustration can create tension that you don't necessarily want and cause you to overreact or just not think things through clearly and do things you're not exactly proud of. I can understand that. Oh, God, I can understand that, especially after the couple of months that I've recently had, what with dealing with the copyright crap and all the trolls that I've been seeing here as of late and all this other crap. Not to mention personal problems as well. I mean, oh, it's just been absolutely crazy. I came close, very close, closer than I have ever came to losing a friend of mine that I hold really close to my, a very close friend of mine, due to a misunderstanding, and it was both of our faults, and but we resolved it peaceably thanks to a mediator, which is another friend we've met online. Now, you've already admitted to the fact that you knew that you were wrong. I hope that you're being sincere, and I'm not saying you're not, but I do hope you're being sincere because I've seen so many people these days lie to save face. And I hope that's not the case here, because I know you're better than that. Because when I watch your Legends of Legaia LP that has been recently discontinued, I could hear the sheer emotion when you mentioned your daughter's name. You can't, you gotta be a sincere person to be able to do that. I'm sorry, you just gotta be. Now, I'll tell you straight up, I don't claim to be the most intelligent person ever, or smartest or whatever, but one thing I do know is that I have a lot of compassion for for mankind, even blind compassion, I might even say. I'm the type of person that, man, if I have a bitter enemy and I see them get hurt, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry inside and just, I don't like seeing anyone hurt. I don't like seeing friends drift apart due to, misunderstandings. I don't like it. I mean, I understand friends are going to disagree. I understand all of that. Friends are going to disagree. Friends are going to fight. But the true friends are the ones that, for lack of better words, kiss and make up, so to speak. Like I said, I understand that bad days can cause you to act like a complete different person, And on the topic of the Retsupre guys, since that was also brought up, I'll admit I'm guilty as charged. I've laughed at some of their jokes, but not the really hurtful ones. The ones that are more light-spirited than the others, I've found myself laughing at. But at the same time, what they do disgusts me. However, at the same time, how do I put this exactly? I'm not gonna sit there and cut, what's the word I'm looking for? Disown them, I guess? I don't know. The word meaning to strip away their rights to. Something like that. I'm not going to sit there and bash them for what they do. It's their right to do it. Although I do think that, instead of mocking and making fun of all these other people, for doing, I guess, bad LPs in their eyes, they should concentrate their energy on doing what they call good LPs, instead of making fun of everyone else, or at least be more constructive with their, their criticisms. And trust me, I know firsthand, I was Retuprayed once before too. And, you stuck up for me, and, I appreciate that. Recently, though, I have been able to ignore it. In fact, I kind of see that Retupray thing that happened to me as a bit of a double-edged sword and a bit of a mixed blessing. I admit, yes, the video I got Retuprayed on was a bit of a mistake to do, because at the time, the only way I had to record the game was webcam, and of course, I mean Mega Man 9, and I did the best that I could at the time. Looking back on the videos, I think the quality was decent, but a little too dark. I didn't realize I had it so dark. So if I ever do something like that again, which is not very likely, I will be more careful. I would like to get a Dazzle capture card, but at the moment I kind of can't afford that. But beyond that, like I said, misunderstandings can be a pretty brutal thing, William. And like I've said before, man, I really felt absolute compassion when you told me about what happened with your daughter and things like that. And essentially, I'm glad you haven't forgotten who your friends are, but honestly, going over to a friend's house to watch them play a video game as opposed to going online and watching someone play a video game that way, they're the exact same thing. Instead of just going over to their house to watch them play the game, why not give them the second controller and let them join in? Or something like that. Let me put it this way. I've said it before. I'm the type of person, okay, that would, I prefer to do things on my own when I can. If I don't need help, I don't want help. I don't really hang out that much, but that's my choice. But that doesn't mean I don't care about my friends. I love doing things with my friends. But generally, I'm not the type, to invite them into what I do kind of thing. So, I don't know what else to say there. I like doing things with my friends, but mostly I like doing things on my own when I can. Let me pause for a moment here, regather my thoughts, and try not to sound like I don't know what the heck I'm talking about here. Okay, what I'm trying to say here is I love doing things with my friends. That's a given. I really do. And I've met a few really close friends via YouTube. Well, not just YouTube, just online in general. Like Sages, for example. I met him through Final Fantasy XI, and he's been a pretty good friend as of late. He's definitely more than an acquaintance. And then there's, of course, Dreamer7G and Sevi, and both of them, I've met through YouTube, and both of them, I would say, are pretty good friends. Now, having said that, of course, there's still the concept of, I've actually lost a close friend once before, because they weren't who I thought they were. They were, for lack of better words, they were a vile person. I hope they've changed now, but for what it was worth back then, it was just absolutely horrible. They pretty much used, me to every, they took advantage of me. They really, truly did. They guilt-tripped me and all that other nice crap, and see, like I said, I'm the type of person who would rather see someone else be happy at the expense of myself, okay? And what I mean is, if I have to miss out on something so that another friend might be happy, that's what I'm gonna do. And things of that, things like that. Anyway, I sort of drifted off to the topic at hand. Bad days, yes, they can tick you off, they will piss you off, they will upset you, and they will they can make you act like a jerk. I've seen it happen all too many times, and I've heard all too many horror stories of friends just drifting apart due to something stupid that happened. A misunderstanding, or just different things like that. And you gotta be careful, how you let that anger control you. Essentially, the way that I look at this, here's how I always do. It's probably not healthy, but that's just how I am. Okay, anytime that I have a fight with a friend of mine, with a friend, I'm the type of person who will start to examine that, and let's say I'm pissed off at them. They're completely 100% in the wrong, okay? Let's say that I'm mad at them, they're in the wrong, and I'm sitting there like, okay, yeah, he was definitely in the wrong. Then I'm like, wait a minute. What if I did this, and this differently, okay? What if maybe they had a bad day, and they're not thinking rationally, or things like that? I try to take that into consideration with everything that I do, with everything that I am. I'm sitting there constantly in the back of my brain, constantly, every time, thinking, okay, what if I'm doing this differently? What if they've had a bad day? Am I going too far? Am I in the wrong here? Constantly. And even if I'm in the right, I would rather be in the wrong just to save my friend's face. I don't know why I'm that way, but that's just how things are for me. I love my friends even if I don't know them personally in real life. Like, I can't go to their house and talk to them or whatever like that. But I do love my friends. I love them as a friend, and I love them as a person half the time. It's a friendship type thing, okay? That's all I really know. I've dragged this on longer than what I've said, longer than what I wanted to. Anything I say at this point is just basically going to be rehashed of what I've already said. Yeah, that's just how I feel about this, guys. Thanks for listening, and seriously, whenever you get into a fight with your friends, either give them the space that they need, or try to see if maybe it was a misunderstanding, guys, because I really don't like seeing friends drift apart. I really, truly do not like seeing that, and I would like to prevent that at all costs, guys. So please, just, I don't know what else to say, guys. I'm gonna sign off here, guys. Thanks for listening, and have a nice day. Especially you guys, William Kendrick. Take care, guys. See you again soon, hopefully.